The bold and the beautiful spoilers hint it will only be a matter of time before Thomas Forrester Matthew Atkinson comes back to visit the Forrester family in Los Angeles. Now that Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, is back in town, it only makes sense that her son will want to pay her a visit. But Thomas is coming home to get not one, but two bombs dropped on him. Here's what's coming up next on Bold and Beautiful Spoilers Ahead. Taylor Hayes recently confided in Dr. Lee Finnegan, Naomi Matsuda, and revealed that she is dying of heart failure. Finn's mom was blindsided by the bomb and promised to keep her secret from her family. Bold and Beautiful fans know that Taylor's secret isn't safe, and it's only a matter of time before Taylor's diagnosis leaks and everyone knows she is sick. Taylor's grim fate will hit her kids extra hard, especially Thomas Forrester. The bold and the beautiful spoilers. How much more can Thomas take? B&B spoilers reveal that Thomas has been hanging on by a thread for quite a while. After his train wreck with Hope Logan, Annika Noel, and fumbled rebound with Paris Buckingham, Diamond White, the Forrester heir can't take much more bad news. But that's exactly what he's going to get. Learning Taylor is sick is only the tip of the iceberg, though. Thomas Forrester technically left Hope Logan, but the last thing he expected was for Hope to fall in love with someone else while he was away. The fact that Hope's new crush, Finn, has shut her down multiple times is only more embarrassing for Thomas. Imagine begging a woman to marry you, only to have her turn you down and chase after a married man who doesn't want to be with her. B&B spoilers. Thomas Forrester devastated. Thomas Forrester is getting set up for a double gut punch on Bold and Beautiful, and it's hard not to feel bad for the guy at this point. It will be a miracle if he makes it through his mother's deadly diagnosis without having to check in to a mental health facility. Do you think Thomas will be crushed when he finds out about Hope and his mom's grim fate? Let us know in the comments below, and keep checking back here on Celebrating the Soaps for more B&B spoilers, news, and soap opera updates. The Bold and the Beautiful B&B has never been shy about delivering heart-wrenching storylines, and it looks like Thomas Forrester Matthew Atkinson is about to face his toughest challenges yet. After his recent departure from the Forrester family fold, Thomas is headed back to Los Angeles, unaware that his return will bring not one but two devastating blows. This time, the weight of the news might be too much for him to bear. Let's explore how B&B spoilers hint at a double gut punch for Thomas and the emotional turmoil that lies ahead for him. The first bombshell Thomas is about to receive is the shocking news of his mother, Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, deteriorating health. For some time now, Taylor has been harboring a devastating secret. After a visit to her doctor, Taylor was diagnosed with heart failure, a condition she has been quietly struggling with. Taylor confided in Dr. Lee Finnegan, Naomi Matsuda, and made her promise to keep the secret from her family, including her children, Thomas and Steffi. However, the Bold and the Beautiful fans know that secrets in the soap world never stay hidden for long. As Taylor's condition worsens, it is only a matter of time before the truth comes out, leaving her family shattered. For Thomas, learning that his mother is dying will be an unimaginable blow, one that he is wholly unprepared for. Taylor has always been a pillar of strength for Thomas, guiding him through some of the most difficult times in his life. Now, faced with the news that she is slowly fading away, Thomas will be left grappling with the knowledge that he may soon lose the one person who has always been in his corner. The news of Taylor's illness will undoubtedly leave Thomas feeling powerless and heartbroken, unable to stop the inevitable. As B&B viewers know, Thomas has already been through a great deal of emotional turmoil. His troubled past has been filled with unhealthy obsessions, failed relationships, and mental health struggles. After his intense and manipulative behavior towards Hope Logan, Annika Noel, he worked hard to rehabilitate himself and rebuild his relationships. But just as Thomas seemed to be getting back on track, the rug is about to be pulled out from under him. Taylor's diagnosis will weigh heavily on Thomas's already fragile mental state. He has been hanging by a thread for quite some time, struggling to cope with the fallout from his misguided feelings for Hope and his failed attempt at a relationship with Paris Buckingham, Diamond White. Now, with the news of his mother's impending death, Thomas's emotional stability could be pushed to the brink. This tragic development might force him to confront his past traumas and face the potential collapse of his mental health all over again. While learning about his mother's illness will be devastating, it won't be the only heartache Thomas has to endure. As if losing Taylor wasn't enough, Thomas is also about to face another emotional blow when he discovers that Hope Logan, the woman he once loved, has moved on with someone else. For years, Thomas's obsession with Hope was at the center of his life. He manipulated, schemed, and even risked his relationship with his own son, Douglas, all in the name of winning her love. When it became clear that Hope would never fully return his feelings, Thomas made the difficult decision to step back, leaving her to focus on her own happiness. What Thomas doesn't know, however, is that while he's been away, Hope has developed feelings for another man, Finn, Tanner Novlin, the very person who has repeatedly rejected her. It's a cruel twist of fate that not only has Hope fallen for a man who doesn't want to be with her, but she has chosen someone who has already made it clear that he's devoted to his wife, Steffi. For Thomas, this revelation will be nothing short of humiliating. Not only did he pour his heart out to Hope and have her turn him down, but now he must endure the indignity of watching her pine for someone else. Hope's unrequited feelings for Finn will serve as a painful reminder of the rejection Thomas himself experienced. The knowledge that Hope is chasing after a married man, someone who will never love her in return, will only deepen Thomas's sense of despair. With both his mother's terminal illness and Hope's rejection weighing heavily on him, Thomas is poised to spiral into emotional turmoil. It will be a miracle if he can make it through this double gut punch without breaking down entirely. For a man who has struggled with his mental health in the past, these latest developments could push Thomas over the edge. B&B spoilers suggest that Thomas's mental state will become increasingly precarious as the weight of his mother's illness and his romantic failures becomes too much to bear. His emotional pain may drive him to make reckless decisions or even seek solace in destructive behaviors as he struggles to cope with the devastating news. It's not outside the realm of possibility that Thomas could find himself in need of professional help once again, checking into a mental health facility to regain control of his life. The road ahead for Thomas is undoubtedly going to be a difficult one. He'll need to lean on his family, particularly his sister Steffi, for support as he navigates this trying time. But even with the love of his family, the question remains: can Thomas survive the emotional wreckage of losing his mother and watching the woman he loves move on with someone else? While Taylor's diagnosis is a source of heartache for her children, it may also provide an opportunity for healing and closure. Taylor's final wish could be for her family to come together, to reconcile their differences and build a future where they can support one another. For Thomas, this could mean finding a sense of peace and purpose in honoring his mother's legacy. Though he may struggle with his emotions, Taylor's desire for her family's unity could inspire Thomas to channel this pain into something positive. Whether it's stepping up for his son Douglas or mending his fractured relationships with those he has wronged in the past, Taylor's illness could serve as the catalyst for Thomas's personal growth and redemption. As The Bold and the Beautiful continues to unfold, Thomas's journey promises to be one of the most emotionally charged storylines on the show. With his mother's impending death and his romantic life in shambles, Thomas will be forced to confront the darkest parts of his soul. Fans will undoubtedly be rooting for Thomas to overcome these challenges, but the path to healing won't be easy. Will Thomas find the strength to carry on after losing his mother? Can he move past his feelings for Hope and open himself up to new possibilities? Or will the weight of these double gut punches prove too much for him to bear? Despite the hardships ahead, there is still hope for Thomas Forrester. He has shown in the past that he is capable of growth and change, and while this latest chapter in his life will test him like never before, it could also be the turning point that leads to his redemption. As Thomas faces the greatest losses of his life,